Hi, my name is Tim Carter. This is a lesson from iamcornet.org, the Apologetic and Outreach Ministry of Landmark Missionary Baptist Church in Jacksonville, Arkansas. This particularly is a very focused, abbreviated, abridged version of a lesson for Cornet University, which is an extension of our Apologetic and Outreach. This pertains to how helpful the knowledge of the divine ratio can be in proving that Jesus is the Messiah for those that need proof. For example, there's an organization called Jews for Judaism. They have an exhaustive website. Invite you to attend to it. Read what they do in deconstructing the 360-day prophetic calendar, 360-day. So their entire argument is if they can disprove 360-day, then Jesus is not the Messiah prophesied, and to which the very low degree of difficulty, that is arithmetic points, that is to the cutoff. So for example, between March 14th, 445 BC and April 6th, 32 AD is exactly 173,880 days, which if you take 483 prophetic years, and you do just some very low degree of difficulty arithmetic times 360 days, that equals 173,880. You don't really even need notes for this. You can then go to Nehemiah, the 2nd chapter. But the divine ratio, for example, and the irrefutable, indisputable fact of relativity being in the Bible long before today's scientists coined the phrase or the word. For example, can we prove this? Because if you go to Jews for Judaism, they have a very elaborate, ornate, complex deconstruction of the 360-day prophetic year. So everything hinges on their ability to do that. They mention things about the Hebrew and Aramaic and things that you couldn't know. You could not know this because for every Hebrew scholar, there's a Hebrew scholar. For every Aramaic, there is a scholar in that. There's another scholar in that. It's similar to trying to argue about young and old earthism when they both have astrophysicists being paid on each side to just simply banter around an illusion that somehow it's not solvable. There is something more important than the silliness of fallible constructs, religious camps, and things like that, mental constructs. The Bible is about Jesus, for example. Genesis 1:1, Jesus is in beginning. This word, that's in, and ray, sheath, and in beginning. John 1:1, Jesus is there in beginning, already being there, instant and spoken creation. And Jesus did that. Can we now demonstrate and prove this 360-day? Because if you mention the sign of Jonah, people who don't believe the Bible don't care that the 3 days match the 3 days to which Jesus said he would be buried and then rise again. But you can take this very easily, the 12,500 years, which is all you have to know is how many years does it take times 360 days. This gives you the 4.5 million days, which when times 1,000 years, and of course you meet someone that can't do this type of arithmetic, you can't really witness to them in any cognitive manner of any low degree. So there you just pray with them, tell them Jesus died for them, how much we love them, and how God so loved him that he sent Jesus to die, and then reach them. But when you're dealing with people who seem to today, people who identify themselves as scientists are trying to make it synonymous with I'm too smart to be a Christian, or technology is too advanced to take Christianity seriously, when science was produced by theology, and theology would derive from the Bible. All fields of science were produced by theologians. So here, very low degree of difficulty, 12,300, whatever, equals 4.5 billion years. Now this will help stop the mouths And then when someone says, well, I thought you all taught 6,000, just let them know that there's 12 hours in the day, so there's 6,250, approximately 6,000, and you're done. You've now proven the 360-day calendar in an irrefutable manner according to a universal language called mathematics, or even less difficulty than mathematics, just arithmetic. So everyone speaks something times something. You can put this on an index card, place it into your Bible, and while you're at Starbucks eating or drinking your coffee, more importantly, people can gather around you as you dazzle them, which would be good. Christians should be able to impress people with our knowledge of relativity, since our knowledge of it comes from a source that antedates their knowledge of it by thousands of years. So almost 3,500 years ago, it was recorded by the author of Genesis. His knowledge of relativity, almost 2,000, let's say 1,800 years ago, it was recorded in the New Testament. Their knowledge of relativity, one day is 1,000 years. So in proving the prophetic calendar, you can go then to the book of Daniel, and you can preach it with confidence. You can demonstrate it in such a manner that, again, it's irrefutable, it's indisputable. People can then be very confident, and that way, instead of arguing your apology, you're announcing your rationale. And it is it is such a defense, the strength of it, that, again, at Cornell University, we're eager to share extend the favor. Our hermeneutics professor, Brother John Penn, makes these books, his books that we help research, and we're research assistants. Other men who are scholars put the work out there, because we want the word to go forth. We want the gospel to be preached. We want people to believe. So if science is a hurdle they can't overcome, we help them with that. If religion, such as Jews for Judaism, if they are building arguments to disprove the Bible, which does say something how remarkable and how large the investment is in them to destroy and discredit the 360 days, and yet we have something here that they don't even see coming, because God is so gracious to remind us of things in the scriptures that perhaps we may have left out, because when we take a historical holistic approach, we invite all the data, and that's what's erroneous or disappointing when people just pick sides in a young or old earth argument. We're always settling for something less than that which would prevail all things. So we're here to reach people and to call them to come out, whether it's from, let's say they're in a religious order, such as a Judaism that presents itself as an adversary of Jesus as the Messiah, and they go and build a strong polemic deconstructing that. Well, then you could take something that the degree of difficulty for demonstrating it, announcing it, is very low, but the degree of difficulty for refuting it will be quite impossible. So you have a blessed day. Enjoy the fact that the divine ratio is irrefutable and indisputable, irrefutable evidence of a 360-day prophetic year, and it can then help you reach the religionist and the atheist as well, and certainly help an agnostic. So you have a blessed day and enjoy this good proof. Announce it often. Go to baptistlamp.org, iamcornet.org, abapologetics.org. We have all these resources. We're spreading this and placing it out there as fast as the grace of God encourages us to do so. You have a blessed day.